Aaron here. So in this video, I'm going to tell you the truth of what it's actually like when you get your first SMMA client, so you can be prepared and not make the same mistakes I made that could actually cost you that first SMMA client, and you don't want to make these mistakes or have these feelings that I felt when I got my first SMMA client. Let's get right into it. So how's it going, everyone? My name is Aaron Bogle. My goal is to have a 6-figure SMMA agency by the end of the year, and then obviously scale above and beyond that. So to join me on this journey, be sure to hit a like on this video and also tap the subscribe button below so you can stay up to date with all my newest content. All my content's gonna help you grow to a 6-figure SMMA, and the best part is subscribing and liking this video is all free and it helps you out. So there's pretty much all the benefit for you. So be sure to do that. And then also, once you do that, join my group, the SMMA Client Acquisition Tips, Tricks, and Accountability, so you can learn what's working right now, up to date, from me and other people who are grinding and hustling just like you are. You can learn what's working that's actually getting SMMA clients, and then you can, skip the stuff because that's not working, because there's a lot of stuff that works. There's a lot of stuff that doesn't work as well. You don't want to waste time doing the stuff that doesn't work. So join the group so you can learn the stuff that actually does work. So pretty much in this video, I'm just going to take you through a breakdown of what it was like when I got my first high-paying SMMA client, and pretty much just the story behind it, pretty much the mistakes that I made and how I was able to remedy those mistakes, and the different things you're gonna do, the different feelings you're gonna feel. And you need this video because if you feel those feelings, you don't know how to handle them, or you don't know what to do about them, then that could cost you the first client. But luckily, with my background and marketing and sales and all that, I'm aware of these feelings, and since I've experienced this for firsthand from my point of view, I can tell you guys how you can expect to feel, and then that way you can take those feelings and then know how you're feeling it and do what you need to do to remedy them. So pretty much when I first got my the first client, pretty much from my cold to close, you can probably see I popped off a bit. I was so excited. You feel on top of the world, and you really should, because you're doing the thing that 99% of digital marketers have not done. They're getting their first SMMA client. There are a lot of people out there who wish they could get their first client like that, and whether it's for a high ticket client like $1,000 plus, or you even just got a low ticket deal, even if you got a free offer trial, that's still something. You're still making headway. It's still a huge accomplishment. You should definitely be proud of that as well. But once that proud feeling goes away, or once all that excitement goes off, you start to feel nervous and stressed, because you think, okay, how am I gonna get these clients the results that I promised them or that they're expecting of me? Because with that being said, now that you have the client, you have to do the fulfillment as well. And if you've never had a client in that niche before, no matter all the resources you've read, no matter all the courses you've taken, you're still gonna be nervous. Like, okay, even if you have all the knowledge, or you hire someone out who does have the knowledge, you're gonna be like, is this actually gonna work? So overall, you're nervous and you're stressed. But then pretty much what I thought was like, I have all this knowledge, I took all these courses, I invested in myself, and now it's time to actually put my skills to the test. So instead of being nervous and letting that nervousness keep me down and keep me scared, I use that nervousness to actually propel me and motivate me. It's like, yeah, I'm nervous, I expect to be nervous, but hey, this is my chance to prove to not only myself but to other clients that I can actually help grow their business through Facebook ads, Google ads, website design, whatever service that you're offering that you got your first client in. Overall, you need to just be confident in that. And then the next thing you need to do is you're going to think of so many different ways that you can possibly get results for the clients. You're going to think, oh, I need to make a landing page to make the client, and then you're going to go do some research into I don't want to make a landing page, that's not too much work. I'm going to do Facebook lead ads, but I don't know what's the cost per lead, and Facebook lead ads are usually bad and stuff like that. Or you think I'm going to use messenger ads, or I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I got to use conversion ads, I got to use store catalog ads. There's all these different methods are going to pop into your head of okay, how am I going to get this client results if you're running the Facebook ads? Of course, I know a lot of you, you want to outsource it. I kind of don't want to do that for 2 reasons, but these are the 3 reasons of why I'm not doing that yet. One is that I don't particularly know exactly how to outsource something. And I know it's just like, it sounds easy, just you hire someone that says they can do it and then you give it to them. But I want to be sure that, I can actually trust that person, and, that person actually knows what they're doing, and that, that person can actually get that client results. And I need to learn more about that. So there's going to be more videos about outsourcing work, because I do plan on doing that in the near future, just to outsource at least cold calling, or outsource some aspect of my agency so that can be run on like autopilot for me. Second thing is that I've invested a lot of knowledge into learning about Facebook ads, learning about how to drive traffic, and learning about how to generate leads or get appointments for other business owners. So it would kind of be a waste for me to acquire all that knowledge, whether it's paid or free knowledge, and then get a client and then just outsource it someone else and pay them that money as well. And the third thing is I want to keep some more of the money, and that way I can charge the client a reasonable amount, still make a decent profit from it, and not have to spend $600 to outsource it, when I can keep that $600, and if I know what I'm doing, I could set it up myself and do it. Because once you set it up, it goes on autopilot. You don't have to really do much else to maintain the current campaign. So it's just like, okay, once I figure out the right way to set something up to get the results, and then I don't have to pay that to someone else for them just to set something up. Also, just a bonus fourth reason is just like, my agency isn't that big. I don't have that many clients at the moment. So I don't need to, spend the money to, outsource it when I'm not making that much. I'm not hitting my 6-7 figure mark yet. And of course, once I'm starting to make it more, probably right before I hit 6 figures, I definitely do plan on outsourcing it. But until then, I want to get the experience of working for it for myself. So that way I know what to look for when I at least outsource it. I'm like, okay, can this person do this and this and this? So that way the person can't just say the result I want and that I have no idea what they're doing to get that result. And then all of a sudden I realize that they don't know the proper steps to get that result that I always wanted. And then I just end up wasting my time, my money, end up wasting the client's time, the client's money, and then overall it's a lose-lose-lose situation. So yeah, so that was a little bit of a tangent, but overall you need to choose but overall, with all these different methods to get appointments in mind, you have to remember and you have to realize that you have a whole entire month to get them what you promised them. So if you made a promise of like, okay, I'm going to get you 10 leads within this month, just know that you have a month to get them 10 leads. You have 30 whole days to get them 10 leads. You don't have to get them 10 leads in like 5 days. You don't have to get them 10 leads in like 2 minutes. You have a whole entire month to do that. And it kind of seemed to slip my mind, because I just thought, okay, if I do this, and what if this doesn't work? I'm gonna lose 3 days, and then he's gonna ask me like, oh, why aren't you getting me clients? Why aren't you getting me leads? And then he's gonna fire me. Just know you have 30 days, and if you and the business owner have a good relationship with each other, they may not strictly hold you to that 30-day mark. They may like give you an extra day or two, especially if you're already consistently getting them leads. But you have to just choose one process, go with it, but know that you have time to optimize and try something else, and see if that something else works. And then if that thing doesn't work, then you can easily just switch to something else that could potentially work. So pretty much have a set plan in mind. Just be like, okay, I'm going to try this idea and I'm just going to stick with it. And then once you stick with that idea, and then if it's working, great, you keep with that idea. But you also want to have things running in the background in mind, because with Facebook ads, things stop for the most part. So like they'll all of a sudden just stop working, and then you need to find a new thing to actually get more appointments and fulfill the fulfillment that you promised the client. But you want to think of stuff in the background. But if that main thing doesn't work, you can still try those other things that do work, and see if you can get leads through there. So for example, with me, the very first thing I did was I did Facebook lead ads. I did simple copy. I know copywriting pretty well, and it's very easy for local businesses too. You just point out the pain, and then you just point out the desire that they want, and then it worked. It was getting the leads, but overall these leads weren't qualified for the most part, right? And then after like a month, I said, oh, I get him 10 leads. I got him 16 leads. And he said he wasn't really happy with how the leads turned out, but luckily, since he built trust, we were still able to work with each other. So I empowered some appointments instead, and now I had to try different things to get him appointments. So I made him a landing page, and then I tried different things. I tried a quiz funnel. I tried all these different things, but they didn't work. But the thing is, I had time to implement all these different strategies. So you have to remember that you have time to get the client results. And if they get antsy with you, just be like, hey, this is why we do a month to month type of thing. So we can, get something started. And, I could try different things. And then you could, if they always say, oh, shouldn't you know what works already? You can always say that, different things work for different areas as well, because that is true. You're not going to know what works in one specific area until you've tried it. You can try one thing in one local area and then another thing in the local area, and then it completely flops in that other local area, but it does super well in that one local area, that first local area that you tried it before. So you always need to test different ways and different concepts to get the leads or get the appointments and stuff like that. Okay, and then another thing you need to do is, even if what you're doing right now is working, you always still want to be learning of what's working right now that's going to actually help the client get results. So it would be a good time to, once you have something set up, to go to Facebook groups, learn what they're doing, listen to podcasts, or read books. Do something that's also going to help you learn more about how to get results for that client. So do something else, or learn through another avenue that's going to help you get results for the client. Because one mistake that I kind of made, and you shouldn't really make, is that you may get lazy if you see a tactic that's working in the moment and getting them results, and then if you get lazy and that tactic stops working, you have to get out of that laziness and actually figure out what to do. But if you're not always learning on how to either sustain the current fulfillment or even increase the fulfillment you're getting for the client, then when the time comes when that campaign isn't working anymore, you're not gonna have any idea what to do, and then you run the risk of losing your first client. So always be sure that you don't stay lazy, that you always keep hustling, you always keep learning as well. And the one final thing I want to bring up is, once you get your first client, is realize that now you have a repeatable way that actually worked, that actually helped you land that client. So whatever that way it is, whether it was through cold calling, through cold emailing, through cold messaging, that helped you land that client and actually got you to pay them, you want to keep doing that thing that worked to get you a client. Because even if you want to try different things, so you want to keep doing that same thing to get you clients, because especially if you've tried many different things before and they didn't work, and then you tried, you don't want to keep wasting time on trying the things that don't work. Focus on the thing that did work, and you either scale it up and ramp it up so you get even more clients, or B, you can outsource that part to another person. And then once you outsource it, you can kind of get clients on autopilot once you do it. So yeah, so that's overall the truth about getting your first SMMA client. Overall, you're going to be really stressed when you get it, but believe in yourself and always keep learning. That way, you can have confidence in yourself that you can get the client result. The client is going to have confidence that you can actually get the results for them. And always keep learning, and make sure you use those nerves of like, oh, am I going to get that client results? Use those nerves to actually propel you, being like, I will get those client results. Stay determined. And if you believe in something hard enough and you actually put in the effort to do it, you will succeed in whatever you promise that client to do, especially since a new source of income is on the line and you don't want to give that up. So yeah, that's the truth behind getting your first SMA client. So overall, if you don't have your first SMA client, watch this video up there so you can know the one thing you need to focus on to actually get that client. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. Take care, and I'll see you.